Welcome to the video walk on your Cougar. First things first, bumper caps come off. Perfect spot to store your sewer hose. Right there is going to be your fresh fill for filling your onboard fresh tank. It does close and lock. Right down there is your drain for your fresh tank. There's a cap, and I'll show you where that is to screw it on when you're ready to fill it. Moving along. Vent for your range hood. So if you're out cooking with your range hood, make sure it's open and it just kind of swing freely when you're done. These little plastic tabs here, you just close on it. Keep it from flapping in the wind when you're traveling or overnight. Keep insects out of there. Fridge vent, 2 of them. Just make sure up in here is clean. Spider webs, bees nest, any debris. Keep it clean. Keep good airflow to your fridge. Dump area. So this one's a gray tank. So that'll be your gray tank for just your kitchen. And then up under here, you have your gray and your black for your bathroom, which will be somewhere around there. Exhaust for your furnace. Just keep it clean. Keep insects and the debris, spider webs, bees nest out of there. They make a screen you can put over those. They don't recommend you run it with the screen on. Water heater, super simple. This unit is winterized, and I'll explain what to do to de-winterize it. But when you're ready to use your water heater, put your anoid rod in there. It is a 1 1/16" socket size. Goes right in there. Get it started by hand, then run it, snug it with your wrench. Then you would run water through everything until you see clear water at every fixture, and then you would take it out of bypass. Right there you have a switch right underneath there. Hit that to on. Your water heater is going to be running on electric. If you are going to run on electric, make sure that there is water in it. Now I definitely recommend draining it after every trip, every weekend. Stagnant water tends to get smelly, so to drain it you would want to shut off all sources of water. Then crack your pressure relief. Hold it open. Water will squirt out. That's fine. Once water's done squirting out, snap it closed. Then you're good to undo that. If you neglect to do that, you're going to get a hot bath. Move it along. You do have a little outdoor shower, utility shower with a sprayer on it. Spray off the kids or pets if they got muddy. Black tank flush. So when you are flushing your black tank, you can hook your hose up to that one right there. And there's a little nozzle in there that'll spray it out, help keep it more sanitary. Seawater connection, that's where you're gonna hook your hose up. If you're hooking your hose up, you don't need to operate your pump or anything. You do have a light in there. Battery disconnect, so if you're walking away from it for a few weeks and you don't want anything to use your battery, you can disconnect your battery. However, it does charge when you're plugged in, and if you have your battery disconnected, it won't charge your batteries. So if you want to charge your batteries during storage, leave your battery connected. Then you have a hookup for satellite. If you have a portable satellite, you can do that. You can also unscrew this cap down here and run all your cables up into there. And don't worry, this will be clean before you folks take it. Cables and hoses you can run to there. Let's put your cover back on your water heater. Oop, a little hard to do one-handed. There we go. More storage in here. This is your cap I was talking about for your fresh tank. Screw that on there, and then when you'll be good to fill it. This does flip down. Right here, leveling system. So your unit is leveled. So it says, if you look, it says ready jacks down. When you're ready to raise them, go down until you find auto retract rear. Press enter to begin. It's going to retract the rear jacks. There will be an option for auto retract all. Do not use that unless you're hooked to your truck. If you use that, these ones will go down too, and then it'll nosedive. So I'll show you that they're going up. You can see, and then I'll demonstrate how to operate the leveling system afterwards. If you forget anything I say about your leveling system, There's a chart with instructions on it right there. The little red light is indicating what jacks are operating at the time. There we go. So, when you want to level it, all you do is hit auto level. It'll ground the front, it'll make sure the front's good, and then it'll do the rear ones. So while we're waiting on that, we'll move along. Just keep in mind when you are leveling it, you don't want people in and out running around in there. It'll throw it off and it won't be perfectly level. Propane tank, one is on the other side, that's your regulator. So whatever this is pointing to, so it's going to be pointing to the other tank on the other side, that's what it's going to pull to full from first. Once it depletes that tank, there's a diaphragm in here that'll open. It'll automatically start pulling from this tank if this tank were to be on. However, that little black indicator doesn't switch, doesn't indicate that it has done so. Lots of good information here. Your VIN, your gross vehicle weight rating, tire size and pressure. So 80 psi.
That's the one.
In here, you got storage with the battery. That's just your vent for your battery. In the winter, I definitely recommend just taking your battery out. Just keeping it somewhere warm. The winter is kind of harsh on these batteries. Light up here, and then you have a docking light right there. Switch for that. Right up there. Here's that other side for the other tank. More access to the other side of storage, where you have GFCI protected outlet and a cable outlet, so you can have a TV set in here if you want and watch TV outside. This panel right there, 4 screws to unscrew, as well as that panel over there, 2 screws. It gives access to your pump and the back of your water heater to take it in and out of bypass and to do any winterization you need to do. Another GFCI protected outlet. The leveling system just beeped, indicating that everything is level, so you are good. Moving right along. Right on back to the back. That bumper does slide out. All you do is pull these pins, and you could slide your bumper out, and then you would repin it, and it comes out to about here. You could store coolers or extra chairs and stuff like that. It is plastic. It's not meant for super heavy stuff. And you also have a flip-up little post in here that'll flip up once it's open, so if you have bikes, somewhere to tie them off too. Moving on to the inside. You have your controls right here. So, lights, island lights, floodlights on the outside, porch lights, which are the lights on your awning. And then you have lights on your cap, your front cap. Monitoring panel, so you can read how your battery, your fresh, your black. 1, you do not have a black 2. Tanks may vary by model, so ignore that one. Your gray, which is black and gray, is going to be your bathroom in there. Your galley is going to be your kitchen sink. If you are going to be pulling from your onboard tank, you need to have your pump on. So just kick this on, it'll run your pump. If you're using your water heater on gas, this is the switch you hit to turn it on. Hit it on, that light will go on, then it'll go off. Then your tank is lit. It'll cycle on and off on gas to help regulate the temperature. You have your awning right here. So up to extend, and we will extend it. does not stop automatically. That's something you'll have to visually see. Once you start seeing it go like that, you're good. If they're rolled up for a while, the flap will stay tucked up in there. As you use it, it'll flap down. They are adjustable. You just grab that large part there and pull down. You will need a step stool if you're about as short as I am. If you're adjusting it because of rain, it'll pitch the rain off to one end. So we'll close the awning. That's your awning switch. Then you have controls for all your slide rooms. So right here, once the awning's all walled up, we'll show you those. There we go. So this one on your top right is for your passenger side slide. This one on the top left is for your bedroom slide, and this one is for your kitchen slide. You can control a lot of stuff from this little pad here. So right now the password is just all zeros. You go in there, you just do some lights. You do your leveling, go back home, do the main slide, your kitchen slide. Next, right up there, you do your bedroom slide and your awning. All from there, which is neat. So if you're near a tree, you can go outside and operate it that way to see if you're close to hitting the tree or not. And then as well, this is the little charger for the pad. Right below that, thermostat, very simple to use. On first thing it'll ask you is fan mode, auto, high or low. Definitely recommend auto, especially on hot days with your AC. It'll allow it to cycle on and off, keep it from freezing up. Hit it again, you go to cool. Your cool goes all the way down to 55. Hit it again, furnace. Your furnace goes all the way to 90. We'll go this way. Snake into the bedroom. Not a whole heck of a lot in here. Plenty of storage. As well as a spot, you can have a TV here and you can hook it up there and plug it in there. There's also a mounting bracket location, right where the sticker is if you choose to have it mounted on the wall. And a carbon monoxide alarm. Those take 9-volt batteries, so when they start chirping, time to replace some batteries. Antenna, so all you do is crank it up, so you go all the way up. Then you can pull this down and twist it to kind of adjust if you're getting a signal. But before you lower it, make sure these little triangles right here are lined up. There's a little cradle on the roof that it sits on, so you want to make sure that gets lined up. And then you crank it down. There we go. You have hookups for a washer and dryer. You would just use a combination dryer and washer, which is nice and compact. Closet storage in here, lots of storage. And your bed has no storage underneath that. Light switch here, that just turns off your lights. Main lights, the other ones on your slide will be turned off on the lights themselves, right here. Onto your bedroom, this one has a sliding door. You just unbutton it right here, and you slide it. Just make sure before you travel, it gets buttoned back up. Onto the bathroom. Resettable GFCI outlet. So any of your GFCIs in here, if they were to trip, this is where you come in and reset it. Light switch for in here. You do have a fan up in here. Turn it on. You can crank it open. Definitely recommend if you're taking a hot shower. Keep the moisture off these walls. Shower is super simple to use, just like your shower at home. You do have sliding glass doors, which you open. Oh, they're locked in place. Oh, right here. There's your lock. Unlatch them. Then you can slide it closed. Just like that. Both sides could open and close. Just like that. Now when you are traveling, make sure you have it locked. Toilet, super simple. As long as you're pushing that pedal down there, it's going to keep flushing. What's nice about this one is it's a porcelain toilet. Coming in through the other door, come out through here. Smoke alarm, just like a carbon monoxide alarm. Takes some 9-volt batteries. Moving on to your fridge. See, super simple, on or off, auto, gas. Definitely recommend just leaving on auto, especially if you're gonna be plugged in most of the time. Since it's on auto, if you campground or lose power, wherever you were at lose power, this will automatically be switching to running off of propane. If your gas were to be on, that's nice. Saves your food from getting spoiled if you're not at the campground for a couple hours. However, these do take about 10 to 12 hours to get to its operating temperature. Over here, breaker box. All your 110 volt breakers and all your 12 volt fuses, all 15s to your fuses. So I definitely recommend keeping some fuses with you. And then you have a propane gas alarm that's hardwired into the 12 volt system. You don't have to worry about batteries for that. Cooktop, super simple. Turn it on to what you want. Spark it. Super simple. Same thing with your oven. If your oven's a little bit different, turn it to the pilot, push and hold. Push it in like that. There's actually a pilot in there. You'd have to light with a lighter. Once the pilot's lit, you can turn it to whatever temperature you want. The burner will cycle on and off to regulate that temperature. And if you plan on cooking again in a few hours and you don't want to have to relight your pilot when you turn it off, just turn it to pilot. If you turn it all the way off, it shuts the pilot off. Lights, if you're above your cooktop, as well as a fan. If you are going to use this fan, make sure that little vent outside I was showing you is open. Microwave works just like your regular microwave at home. GFCI protected outlet, as well as another one down there. So those outlets are connected to that one in the bathroom I was showing you. Coming right along into the living room, you have a nice corner sofa, as well as this, yeah, take this cushion off. Take the back cushions off. Kind of hard to do with one hand. Then you can grab this little tab here, pick it up and out. Fold those legs down, then you could fold that back piece down, and it turns into a nice extra bed. Moving along here, an outlet on this side and an outlet on that side. Then you have your radio. The remote for your radio, and then your remote for your TV. So, you have presets. Push and hold these to save preset. This is your volume knob, tuner, different zones inside the bedroom, all that. I think zone C is not used. Then you have your presets, and then you also have Bluetooth. So you change it to, let's see, where is the button for Bluetooth? There we go. Let's see. Oh yeah. There you go. You hit auxiliary until you get Bluetooth. And you would look on your phone for the model of radio this is. Linear series, and then you could Bluetooth your phone to that. You can also have auxiliary, so auxiliary in. You can hook it up through there and have your phone hooked up that way. Power button is also CD player and DVD player. You can see it's hooked into there. So pop a DVD in there. You'll be able to watch whatever movies you want on your TV if you change it to the AV channel. And I do believe it will put the movie audio through your speakers. So kind of like a movie theater experience. Behind there, your hookup for cable. This is your outlet. This is a little jumper deal. You don't have to worry about that because when you switch from cable, it does it for you. So if you're using your antenna, make sure that little green light is on. There's a button on the other side of this coax. That's your booster for your antenna. If you're hooked in through cable, you turn that off. You can turn your booster off. More storage there. Recliners here with switches on the side, right there to recline them. Dining room area. Each of these chairs have flip-up storage underneath there, and then your table flips up, and then there's a little thing underneath here you pull out to support your table. Make it wider if you want to spread people apart. However, before you close your slide out, make sure that this table gets folded down. Push that tab all the way in, and it folds down, and then there is a little latch for it up underneath here, so that will button to right there. Keep it from swinging when you're going down the road. Then back over here, charging center. So you got two USBs and then a 12-volt outlet. Charge your phones or anything that uses charges via USB. And then back to the front and the inside, fire extinguisher. So if you need a fire, if there's a fire, you need to put it out. It's right there. These do have an expiration date. So 10 years after the manufacturing date, and I believe this is 2015. So in 2025, you'll need to replace your fire extinguisher, your LP alarm, your smoke detector, and your carbon monoxide detector. Well, that concludes your video walkthrough on your Cougar.